Okay, so don't ask, but what I've done. So I thought about this at the end of school today, and I thought I'd make Hunger Games Deltarune Edition. Because my friend kept making Hunger Games. So yeah, this is a pretty different video, but the same. Because it's Deltarune, but it's Hunger Games. Anyway, simulate. Yeah, everyone's alive, Alright, continue. Bloodbath. Oh! Rose is already dead. Sans catches Rose off guard and kills him. Birdley stabs Task Manager while her back is turned. Noelle runs into and tries to hide from the others. Trevor grabs the supplies furthest away from the clock and quickly escapes. Nubbet and Asgo both go with the same axe. Nubbet gives up and retreats. Chris gathers as much food as he can. Roaring Knight finds a backpack full of camping equipment. Spamton takes a spear, leaning on. I don't know how to pronounce that. Sham runs into the cornucopia and tries to hide from it. Queen scores a bomb ace from inside the cornucopia. Rousey snatches a bottle of alcohol and a blade. Too mature for Rousey. Shadowguy grabs a trident and food and retreats. King almost kills Shadowguy with a throwing knife but misses. Titan scores a bomb ace from inside the cornucopia. Tenor dashes to the forest to avoid the bloodbath. Lancer grabs the supplies furthest away from the cornucopia and quickly escapes. Clover finds a bag full of food. Okay, day 1. Shadowguy wonders what Santa's up to. King overhears Nuba and Jebel talking into the distance. Queen discovers a water source. Why is King a male? Not female. Why is King a female? Whatever, I'm not gonna change it. Charm, Noelle and Burley are attacked by a herd of vicious dogs. Rossi sprains his ankle while running away from Lancer. Tenor scares Roaring Knight off into the distance. Wow, Tenor. Great. Titan chases Chris. Spamton sees Asgo but decides to stay quiet and let him pass. Clover receives a picture of her family from a sponsor. Okay, so Sans and Birdley have got the only 2 kills so far. Rose and Task Manager are dead. Okay, night 1. Sans and Tenor create a fort for the night. Lancer steals Storm supplies when she's asleep. Queen, Asgo and Burley have deep conversation and discuss the challenge that will come in the next morning. Nubbet and Rousey talk about the tribute past still alive. Shadowguy receives a hatchet and water from an unknown sponsor. Chris rushes to see himself to sleep. Spamton receives medical supplies and nuts from an unknown sponsor. Titan and Roaring Knight huddle for warmth and love. Canonically would do that. Noelle convinces Jebel to stand guard for the night while she sleeps. King convinces Clover to snuggle with her for the night. Day 2. Noelle receives medical supplies from a sponsor. Sans sprays in his ankle, running away from Chris. Shadowguy questions his sanity. Sean falls and scrapes his leg while running away from King. Tenor, Asgo and Lancer are attacked by a herd of vicious dogs. Nubbet searches for water. Rousey throws rocks at Bill from a hiding spot in a tree. Titan searches for water and firewood. Jebel rests in a ravine and finds comfort finger of his/her father. Roaring Knight sees Spamton but decides to stay quiet and let him pass. Clover sprains her ankle running away from Queen. No! Queen, no. Queen died. No. Queen poisons Sans's drink, but Sans only switches drinks and Queen dies. No. Asgo tries to treat his infection with water and grass. Jebel sees a fire but stays in place. Chris receives an iPad from an unknown sponsor. Roaring Knight starts a campfire with materials on the ground. Noelle, Spamton and Lance have a deep conversation and discuss the challenge that will come in the next morning. Rousey receives a gourmet 5-course meal from an unknown sponsor. Same with King. Nubbet and Tenor tell stories about their district. and live to each other. Shadow starts a campfire with materials on the ground. Sean thinks about his family. Titan and Burley hold hands and cry together. Clover tends their wounds with leaves and water. So, Queen, Rules, and Task Manager are dead. Damn. Only 3 deaths so far. I'm clicking, but it's not clicking. Right. No! Chris! No! Lancelot taints Chris's food with poisonous berries, killing him. Sans picks non-poisonous fruit from a tree. Sharm camouflages himself in a cave-type area. Rousey searches for food. Spamton searches for food. Noblet sees his poison fog, but manages to escape. Roaring Night picks non-poisonous fruit from a tree. Asgore, Shadowguy, and Noelle hunt for other tributes. Javel rests in a ravine and finds comfort, thinking of her Sasha. King discovers a water source. Burley asks Tennant to have mercy on him. Titan receives a picture of his family from a sponsor. Clover constructs shelter with stick and grass. Javel passes out from sheer exhaustion. Noblet and King fall asleep holding hands. Lance receives a hatchet and water from an unknown sponsor. Rousey is repeatedly awoken by nightmares. Titan tries to see himself to sleep. Burley wins Roaring Night in a confrontation but spares her life. Tenor receives matches from an unknown sponsor. Sharm, Shadowguy, and Asgore discuss a game plan for the morning. Noelle, Spamton sleep in shifts, placing full trust in each other. Clover lets Santa into a campsite. Shadowguy asks Lantha to have mercy on him. Noelle searches for food. Sans climbs up a tree to make a resting spot. Asgore practices his knife throwing and archery. Burley sings a song while searching for a food source. Finally finds some with wild berries. King discovers a King receives medical supplies from a sponsor. Rousey, Tenor, Noblet, and Spamton raid Javel's camp while he is away. Roaring Night overhears Titan and Sharm talking in the distance. Clover searches for food. No! Rousey, no! No! Rousey dies in his sleep from a deadly infection. Asgore approaches Lance's campsite and asks to create an alliance. Shadowguy and Noelle sleep in shift with a full trust in each other. King stays awake all night on pure adrenaline. Spamton and Noblet decide to make peace treaties to make it through the night. Sans begs for Titan to kill him. He refuses, keeping Sans alive. Roaring Night is repeatedly awoken by nightmares. Tenor and Burley trying to make a peace treaty to make it through the night. Sharm, Clover, and Javel discuss a game plan for the morning. Noelle! Sharm convinces Noelle not to kill him, but then he's able to kill her instead. No, Noelle, no! Roaring Night runs away from Javel. Spamton throws rocks at Sans from a hiding spot in a tree. King falls and scrapes through the air while running from the Titan. Asgore chases Lancer. Noblet hides in a bush, terrified and scared. Burley chases Shadowguy. Tenor receives healing ornament from a sponsor. Clover makes a wind spear from tree branches. Shadowguy slips on a frozen river and drowns. Okay. That's fine. Sans receives a hatchet and water from an unknown sponsor. Burley sees a fire but stays in place. Titan and King tell stories about the districts and lives to each other. Lancer sleeps in nail increments and awakens at every little noise. Sharm, Tenor, and Javel discuss a game plan for the morning. Spamton approaches Roaring Night's campsite and asks to create an alliance. The Black Asgore sleep in shifts with full trust in each other. Clover stays awake all night, pure on a Noblet easily dominates. Whoa! Yo! Noblet, how? Noblet easily dominates Titan, killing him. That is probably the best kill of the entire Hunger Games. Damn. How? That is just insane. Asgore and Lancer split up to search for much needed resources. Burley makes a slingshot with materials from the ground. Roaring Knight tries to kill Sans, but he's able to escape. Sham, King, Tennet, Spamton, and Jebel hunt for other tributes. Clover receives a bow and arrow from a sponsor. Asgore! No! Tennet, Nubbet, and Asgore start fire, but Nubbet runs away as Tennet kills Asgore. King receives matches from an unknown sponsor. Tennet convinces Birdly to snuggle with him for the night. Devil starts a campfire with materials on the ground. Sham, Lancer, and Spamton have a deep conversation with the chance it will come the next morning. Roaring Knight tries to sing herself to sleep. Clover attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful, given the lack of materials available. Day 7. 10! Of course it's the Roaring Knight, bro. Of course. Roaring Knight, overwhelmed with anger, bashes Tennet's head against a rock several times. Of course the Roaring Knight would do that. Sham wonders what Lance is up to. King chases Birdly. Spamton makes a wooden spear from the tree branches. Jebel rests in a ravine and finds comfort, thinking of his father. Sans sings a song while searching for food resource. Finally finds some wild berries. Nubbet tries to sleep in a luxury trash. Clover searches for food. Sham is dead! No! Sans huddles up next to a fire and cooks the meat he hunted earlier in the day. Jebel questions his sanity. Oh, that is... could canonically do that. Birdly cooks up some scrolls and enjoys eating more than he thought. Lancelot and Spamton decide to make a peace treaty to make it through the night. Nubbet receives an iPad from an unknown sponsor. King lets the Roaring Knight into a campsite. Clover sets up camp for the night. No! Lancer, no! Lancer dies from starving. You know what? I don't care. I'm gonna bring him back. Wait, no, I can't. No! I can't resurrect him. No, I think I can only do it at night. Hold up. No, I can't. No! Lancer! Anyway, King, Spamton, and Sans have deep conversation and discuss the chance that will face the next morning. Roaring Knight falls asleep shivering from a fever. Jebel invulnerable passes out from sheer exhaustion. Birdly feels delirious and forgets where he is. Nubbet receives matches from an unknown sponsor. Clover questions her sanity. Spamton spears Jebel in the back with a trident. Oh my god. Birdly and Roaring Knight split up to search for much needed resources. Sans makes a slingshot with materials from the ground. King and Nubbet split up to search for much needed resources. Clover dreams of her home back at her district. I'm going all in on Nubbet, he's gonna win. Spamton, Roaring Knight, King have a deep conversation and discuss the challenge that will come in the next morning. Birdly and Nubbet talk about the tributes past and still alive. Sans and Clover create a fort for the night. Oh my god! Nubbet strangles Spamton after engaging in an argument. Birdly rests in a ravine and comes thinking of his father. King injures himself tripping over a log. Sans picks non-poisonous fruit from a tree. Roaring Knight fishes in the water for some food. Club sees a poison fog but manages to escape. Roaring Knight bleeds out from a wound left mildly treated. The Roaring Knight is gone. King, Nubbet, and Sans sleep in shifts, each helping the other to not betray them. Birdly and Clover decide to make a peace treaty to make it through the night. To the last couple of people, Nubbet searches for food. King receives healthy food from a sponsor. Birdly searches for water. Sans defeats Clover in a fight but spares her life. No! No! Nubbet! No! I was going all in on Nubbet! No! We're up to the last 4. Sans sees a fire but stays in place. King huddles up next to a fire and cooks the meat she hunted earlier in the day. He hunted earlier, I don't know why I made King a woman. Birdly begins to cry. Clover involuntarily passes out from sheer exhaustion. What if Clover wins? That would be cool. Oh! Birdly spears King in the... abdomen. I don't know how to say that. Clover severely slices Sans with a sword. We're up to the last two. Let's see who wins. Birdley severely wounds Clover and leaves her to die.